Hello, welcome back to Tower Tangle.
Puffer?
We're here
Fish?
to understand what's
Yes.
up.
It's also a lamp,
For
for some reason.
Oh, is that the genie?
It's a magic lamp. Can we summon the genie?
If we
Can
get
we?
really stuck, sure.
Why not?
A hammock. It's kind of worn out.
I would politely describe it as lived in.
The entire room is made of wood.
Oh, it's not just made of wood. I think it's the actual hull of a ship.
Is it? That well,
It's a
interesting.
drinking horn.
Is it full of ale? Or mead, maybe?
Right now, it's just full of dust.
Oh.
Yeah.
The entire room is made of wood.
Oh, it's not. It's the actual hull. Yeah, it's a massive conch shell. Do you think there's a little crab living inside?
Maybe.
I hope so.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we just met our guy here, so let's visit the right side. Is this Poppy room? Poppy? Coffee? It's the piano. Yeah, she is there. Now get there. Explore everything.
Oh, whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
Well, it is the music room.
Indeed.
He's got to practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't notice the statue.
Are they paper lanterns?
Whatever they are, I like them. It's like a little parade of floating spirits.
There's a lot of paper
Sheet
sheets.
music. It's handwritten.
That's a lot of notes. Looks pretty difficult.
Probably why they're on the floor.
Okay.
Who plays the violin, I wonder?
It's pretty dusty, so I'm guessing nobody.
Yeah.
Who
Cello?
plays the violin, I wonder?
There's a cello case.
It's pretty dusty, so I'm guessing
This is a cello case, cannot be a violin. Look at the difference of size. Anyway, let's talk with the piano.
It's one of those big pianos with the open lids.
Don't touch it.
Why not?
Why not?
Might be haunted.
Oh. Oh my god, she opened her eyes.
Are you a ghost?
Sally!
Sally!
Rude! Unless she is a ghost.
May come as a disappointment.
Unless she is a ghost. It may become as a disappointment. It is a bit.
But I am alive.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
That makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
what's your name?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer. And a pianist.
We'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
You know?
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist.
All the rest.
And 13 years of dedicated practice.
Oh. That's the extra stuff.
I'm just me.
Okay.
There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
Quite a emo answer, by the way.
My father is Percival Pointer.
Okay.
The professor spends most of his time hidden away in his tower.
She's quite gothic as a character. Interesting.
Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Oh.
You get on with the fellows?
Two
Do
of
you?
them. Fifi and Freya are my closest friends.
One is dead. The other one is upset with me and punched me in the face. How your face, actually?
We all turned 19 last year.
I see.
People ever leave Tangle Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi,
Wow.
Freya, and I would often talk about it, argue about it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi... things are more complicated for her.
What about now?
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer.
Yeah, me either. I agree with that statement. So how
3.5 hours of piano practice. Soon as I wake up. Same as always.
Damn, that is dedication. Wow, god damn. 3 hours every day for 13 years? Oh, holy fucking shit. That's definitely over fucking cow. That's definitely over 10,000 hours, right? Am I wrong? For 13 years?
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
That's your hands, I guess. 3 hours? God damn it.
No, I prefer to practice in my room. When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I
Oh.
finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
The what?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No. Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that.
What do you mean by that?
Fitz and I were up in the moonlight
Okay.
garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal, but different. Worse.
Something drilling to a piece of metal, but different words. Huh. Something drilling.
I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
Wait a second. What? I'm sorry. What the actual fuck? So you steal a drill, you knock, nobody answered you. So you told Fitz break down the door. That just what's up. That is what you do. That's it. Something like drilling. Could it be something really like a set? I feel like there were okay. There is probably some conflict between the two of them. Maybe they were listening to the gramophone. Okay, but this is such a. Okay, let's see.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did.
Well,
I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually, she let me in.
she
The
punched me.
lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First
Punched
time
me.
I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall. My father was there too, for some reason. The three of us went back up to Flora's tower. Then Felix arrived. He had Penny with him. Fifi had this idea. She wanted to do some kind of scientific test.
Well, you didn't stop her. That's my point. Anyway, interesting. So Poppy and Fitz was the first one in the room. Interesting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
Okay.
After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room.
That's it?
That's
That's
it. That's it. Okay. Jesus, that was loud.
All right. Poppy's bedroom is unlocked.
Lovely.
I wonder what's in there.
Let's go now. I'm quite curious. Oh, there it is. So this is connected to the garden next to Fitz, right? So we have a
A
rose,
single red rose. How very traditional.
I guess.
Yeah, weird.
She keep a
A
lot.
big glass door leads out into a garden. Somehow.
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
Oh, it's a puzzle, really? Oh, wow. That's it?
Nothing. Still locked.
All 4 tiles have a moon symbol.
Those other symbols look like suns. Surely that's something to do with it?
I think it is, but in an abstract kind of way.
That doesn't fucking help. Oh my lovely gods. Where could it be? Where is it? Okay, guys, I guess we can check
I
later.
guess we'll come back later.
Let's check around. There's
It's a metronome for keeping time.
well, makes sense. Look closer. And another mechanism.
It's ticking.
Yeah, I can see that.
Is it a bomb?
No.
It's supposed to be ticking. Not sure what those symbols are, though.
Very convoluted, this one. Oh. But you want me to create this symbol? Huh. Like this?
Nothing.
We can't rotate the pendulums directly. We just have to use the buttons.
So
That's done it.
Neat.
that was easy?
What happened?
Little hatch unlocked in the back.
Anything in there?
Mm-hmm. It's a photograph.
That a
Part
half?
of a photograph.
Is that a half? Yeah, it's that a half. Oh, interesting. Very 80s kind of vibe and picture.
Just a bunch of clothes on the floor. Nothing weird about that.
To you.
To you?
Anything in the wardrobe?
Dresses mostly. I never realized there are so many shades of black.
That is the bed of a vampire.
Yeah.
I thought vampires slept in coffins.
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back.
Comfortable
Ah,
one.
yes, a giant symbol drawn in chalk on the floor. Always a good omen.
Yeah.
It's an eye.
I can see that.
It's an octopus.
It's an
No,
octopus.
it's not.
And what is it?
It has 6 legs, not 8.
And so is that sextopus?
Don't say it.
Sextopus.
Disappointment.
That is the bed of a vampire.
I thought
This is a vampire who needs firm.
There's a piano, of
There's
course.
a name for this kind of piano. You know, these ones that stand upright.
Do they? Do they have one?
Various handmade posters.
What do you think those symbols mean?
Hopefully, nothing.
Hopefully, nothing.
Gloomy.
But roomy.
Oh, yeah. Gloomy, but roomy.
Gloomy.
But roomy.
Is there anything here?
Empty.
Empty. Why is it all empty?
A lamp. It is most definitely turned off.
Want to turn it on? There's candles here.
Oh, thank goodness, there are 7 lit candles. Wouldn't want it to be dark in here.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to this
A
puzzle.
big glass door leads out into a garden.
There's a little mechanism by the...
So, they say something's missing, but I don't know what. What do you think it is? I thought it's just like you have to mirror it. So this one goes here, this one goes here, this one goes here, blah 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 blah.
Nothing.
All four...
Those other symbols look like suns. Surely that's something to do with it?
I think it is. But... I guess we'll come back later.
Cannot figure it out, I'm not joking. Really cannot figure it out. I think it's easier for me to go from the feet size at this point.
Sheet music.
It's only a few notes. I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
Really? Is a clue? Oh, interesting that we missed that. We were probably going to miss that. Astronomy tower. Still too dead.
Shh, listen. Do you hear them?
No.
The stars.
No.
They're whispering. So quiet, and yet so loud.
Idiot.
What are they whispering about? Are they spreading rumors about us?
I shouldn't think they concern themselves with such insignificance.
Yeah.
We are but specks of dust, you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Big
Did the speck
ass.
of dust start by telling me his name?
You find yourself standing in the astronomy tower of one Professor Percival Pointer.
Seems like this tower belongs to the Pointers, and the other one belongs to the Fellows.
Well observed, my dear. Tangle Tower is something of a duality, as it happens. Meaningless boundaries, really. They exist only in our minds.
Helpful.
Great.
Me? Not much to say. Strictly speaking, I'm the current head of the Pointer family. And of course, father to my precious Poppy.
And a professional astronomer?
Oh,
some
no,
sort.
that's just a little hobby. I mean, yes, I've studied the stars for over 35 years, published 17 books.
Just a little hobby.
Hobby indeed.
Sounds like you're quite well known. You must bring in a good amount of money.
Oh, dear me, no. My field of research has never yielded any kind of stable financial return. Nor would I expect it to. I am nothing but a humble interpreter for the cosmos, working to translate its message so that I may share it with the world.
Cool.
Cool.
Tell the cosmos I say hi.
The day began as any other, with
What a line.
blissful, unremarkable routine. I took my usual morning walk around the gardens. Fresh air does wonders for the mind.
Did you see anyone else?
Penelope and Fitz were in the greenhouse together. I didn't bother them, of course. I sat for a while besides the pond in the garden. It's a favorite spot of mine. Eventually, I returned to my tower and buried myself in my studies for the afternoon.
Did you use your telescope yesterday?
So I'm getting confused. Is Penelope Poppy?
Once the stars
yes.
began to appear, naturally.
For how long?
I can't say. I've been known to lose hours at my telescope.
Did you see anything?
No actual discoveries, if that's what you mean.
So you were all alone up in the astronomy tower. Must have been a while before you found out what had happened to Freya.
Quite. Normally, I would be the last to find out about such a thing.
Oh.
But a curious tug of fate led me towards the fellow tower later that evening.
Okay.
I was at my telescope for the majority of the evening, but at one point I returned to my desk to look something up in a reference book. I couldn't find the book I wanted, so I figured Fiona must have borrowed it. I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall. I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
There's a
He looked
detective.
impatient and slightly frustrated.
Same as ever then?
Quite. I passed her by and went upstairs to Fiona's room. The
So
door
did
was
they know
locked,
each other, I'm
but
guessing?
I could hear shouting coming from inside. I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
Oh.
I had no desire to invade their privacy by eavesdropping, so I waited for them to finish and come out into the hall. Before I could ask about the book, Poppy grabbed my hand and took me upstairs along with Fiona. It was apparent that both of them had already been crying about something. We went up to Flora's tower. Freya was laying on her back, right in the middle of the room. Flora and Fitz were already there. They
makes
both
sense.
looked stoic as ever. Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did, and then Fiona went downstairs with Poppy for some reason.
Oh no, she's
I
Penelope.
quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Okay, that's
Why did you
weird.
leave so quickly? Wasn't there anything you could have done to help?
Don't
There's a
take this the
contradiction
wrong
if you
way,
hear that.
But the whole ordeal is fellow family business. I'm quite sure they don't need me getting in the way at a time like that.
So there's a contradiction in here. If you heard that. So he basically said that Penelope was in the garden with Fitz when in actuality was Poppy. So that's a contradiction right there.
He should learn to make the most of his lot in life. And he does have a lot in life.
Okay.
You're talking about money?
Among
we can
other
present
things,
characters.
but
I didn't know
yes,
that.
He currently has agency over a small fortune.
That makes sense.
That is, if he hasn't already squandered it or lost it.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends.
Okay, I guess we can do that. Oh, we can actually.
So which
So we
one
can
is
ask
Tangle
information too.
Tower?
What's that?
There are two towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea. You'd have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
With Felix, you mean? Her husband?
No, her brother and sister, and her father. The Remington family was a rather tumultuous little unit, you see. I don't think Flora has spoken with any of them in over a decade.
Interesting. So I guess we can ask. I would like to start the interrogation process when we actually talk with all the
You know,
character.
I've always wanted one of those.
A mechanical solar system? What would you do with it?
Yeah.
I would look at it.
Look closer then.
Wait a minute.
It's a puzzle.
Earth in the middle, sun on the outside. How old is this thing?
Oh, Kepler. Oh, Kepler. Wait, what? Rotate the fire balance the sun and moon around the middle. What is this? I'm very confused. Must we create a symbol? What the hell is this? Oh, I can move it. Shit. Rotate the fire balance the sun and the moon around the middle. So this is the sun, this is the moon. I don't know what to do with this. Do I need to know how to actually? Do I have to make it so that it almost looks like they're rotating against it? Like how is possible? I don't understand what they are trying to do with this. Do I create a shadow? Try to understand this. Oh, this is not reassuring. I don't know how to do
Nothing.
So there are two ways to move the shadows. Rotate the planets and rotate the sun and moon.
this. So it was about the shadows. I feel like we have to fill everything? But how? How do I fill everything? Looks almost impossible. On the base? Oh! Oh god, I was not even paying attention. I see what's up. Like something like... Sorry. Something like this. Maybe? I could be somehow wrong. Huh. Okay, we got one. How do I do this? Okay. There we go. Perfect.
No, that was it.
Oh, yeah.
Nice work.
GG.
Did you hear that? Something unlocked.
Did you hear that? I think the game crashed.
A bunch of paper. Looks like somebody's research.
Yeah, it's not. It's doing fine now. Okay, a golden beetle? Near approximately 90% gold, has lifespan of several years. Wow. Frontal predators with a loud taste echoes over 95 decibels, being completely undigestible. This mist has somehow spurious reputation for causing ill fortune to those that see it. Ooh, rough.
A bell jar.
What do people normally keep in bell jars?
Other than bells, you mean? Yeah, it's too cloudy to see any stars right now.
It's also daytime.
Yeah,
It's also daytime.
Guess what?
A picture frame.
With no picture.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's tidier than my desk. Oh, the notebook is untouched. It's completely blank.
So, even the most well-used notebooks start off blank.
It's tidier than my desk.
So, even the most well-used notebooks.
Trinkets.
They're clearly gizmos.
I'd say so. Anyway, very confused at this point. I don't know why my headphones is acting up. We still have to visit the downstairs, so let's go to here. We still didn't manage to open the place. Oh, there is Penelope. Penelope?
I don't like mirrors. They steal your soul.
You say so?
How do you get your hair so symmetrical without using a mirror?
Yeah, how?
I do it by weight. I can feel if one side is heavier than the other.
Oh, man. Seem unnecessarily complex.
My little writing desk. It's It's kind of cute.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle. Check out that butterfly.
Yeah.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
It looks super evil.
They're bird cages, but the birds are coming and going freely.
Bird cages there, the cages are too big.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
Oh.
Oh, just beautiful. What is it?
Huh?
Sort
What?
of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
Sorry?
Your
Excuse me?
hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely! And that shape, you're really pushing the envelope.
Oh,
Um,
thanks.
thanks?
I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
What?
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored.
I agree.
We prefer to blend into the background.
Indeed.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful. Penny Pointer, pleasure.
Is that short for Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables of it. Penelope sounds a little ostentatious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, tell me about yourself.
20-something, Aquarius, love to travel. Nearly all of my friends
Of course.
are birds.
Travel.
Sounds about
me too.
right.
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I
Oh.
call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
Oh, well.
And have you studied the birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangle Tower.
Because of the birds.
Oh, no, because of him! Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
You mean
Who
Fitz?
are you talking about?
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé, dear Fitz.
Fitz.
He's not really the traveling type, you see.
Fitz fellow.
The very one.
You're engaged to a member of the Fellow family? That's interesting.
Oh.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious feuding goes on between our 2 families. Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether. I awoke early and headed down into the greenhouse to see Fitz. He's always there, crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
How come?
It's where he's happiest. That and he has a great deal of work to do every day, watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Do you help him
Mulching.
with the work in the greenhouse?
Oh, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
Oh.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
No. In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happens.
Did he say why?
He didn't. Probably just a touch of heat stroke, the poor dear. He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
Let's see. I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are you responsible for?
Officially 4, but in truth, it's more like 400.
Can they not feed themselves?
Of course. And they often do. But I think they just like the company. As do I.
Oh, oh no. Oh my god. I feel so sorry for her. I don't know why. She's like, oh, so cheery, or, chilly and happy. Like, acting up was like, always so extrovert and it's shit. And I was like, I don't have any friends. I was like, I wonder why, actually. I do really wonder why. You seem quite a gentle soul, but it still worries me that you are one of the murder, so I hope so you're not the murder. If you are, I'm a little bit troubled at that point. Anyway, interesting, very interesting. So in the early morning, you're with Fitz. So this is the part where there's a link between the thing that our Poppy Daddy told us, and we can agree that in the afternoon, Poppy start to help Fitz, I'm guessing. But let's move along and see what is her statement.
Sometime in the evening, I left the aviary and headed back towards my room.
Lovely.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. He was muttering something, Seemed a bit upset, the poor dear. I followed him down, but the grand hall was empty by the time I got there. Empty aside from Detective Hawkshaw,
Okay.
who was loitering over by the library. I don't know what it was, but she looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower. I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path. For some reason, he was coming out of Fitz's bedroom. He looked rather lost, too.
Interesting.
I told him I was looking for Uncle. He suggested we look up in Flora's tower room. We could see from the hallway. The door was off its hinges. I knew then something was terribly wrong. A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya. Uncle Pointer was there. Fitz, too, standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Interesting. She's far more descriptive at this point. It's kind of interesting. So, I didn't find any flaw in the statements, to be honest. I was hoping to find some contradiction somewhere, but it appears all of them seem quite truly... You know, I was hoping like a house of lies, but it appears that there's gonna be a house.
Now.
Now, like, right now?
We're gonna you wanna go right now? Are we gonna go to Penny's room? Let's go. We still have to talk with Detective Hallshock, whatever the name it is, and our friend Fitz. Let's see.
That's some flower.
Yeah,
There's something weird about it. It just feels out of place.
really? It's a puzzle flower? Okay, that's weird. Blue color.
A little tea set. Most recently used.
One of the cups has tea in it.
What's in the other one?
Birdseed.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god, I feel sorry for her even more. Oh no. What's in there? Birdseed. Oh. It's like, oh, it's to feed the birds. It's like, no, because TS doesn't have any company.
Are those real birds?
Nah, they're fake birds.
Nope. They're wooden.
They're using up all the perches. What if a real bird wanted to use it?
Yeah. Is this a family? I feel like it's a geological family. Oh, can we move all of them? This is so annoying.
Nope.
There must be some logic to how the birds are arranged. Something to do with those white lines.
Yeah, I could guess that. I feel like, you know, these two are open their mouths very big. This is semi-open. This is slightly open. And also the color. The coloring doesn't help much, but I'm guessing that this maybe. I'm assuming that you have one of the dark color on the top, the light color on the thing is. So, what red white should make yellow, right? Right. So what does create white? None. Okay. I think it's, yeah, no. What color of these mixed together can create what? Should create blue, right? So these two create yellow? What does create yellow? I forgot about it. Was white and brown? But, oh, what mixed with this can create red, maybe? Or maybe just, you know. And also the semi-closed eye doesn't help much. So I think the combination of these two could be making this. But then, there's the $100 question. Does red and blue... What does red and blue create? Violet, right? Red and blue. Oh, let us.
Nothing.
I think the birds are related to each other.
Yeah. I had to guess that. Is it?
I guess that's wrong.
It's a family tree. The colors and eyes combine as they go down the family line.
The colors in the eyes combine as they go.
You'll need to start with blue and yellow at the top.
Oh wow. Blue and yellow at the top. Really, that was really helpful. Blue and yellow. So what does blue and yellow do? Green, right?
No, that was it.
Fuck's sake.
Nice work.
That took me too long.
Did the door open?
I knew it
What's in
was a
there?
color combination, but still, holy shit. Drama. This is what we were waiting for. Anyway, ahead.
Ever get the feeling you're being watched?
The mannequins don't have eyes, though.
That's not a comforting sentence.
I agree with that.
A little bedtime reading?
Let's see. Romance novels, detective novels, and
What?
this one appears to be both.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Nice.
Looks like nature invited itself in.
Indeed.
Rude. Traveling cases.
A lot of them.
Empty. All of them.
Okay. It's kind of interesting. This house is quite empty.
Anything in there?
Bed sheets.
That's not even remotely suspicious.
Yeah.
Looks like nature and rude.
Anyway. There's so... Guys, I guess we end up the episode right here, right now. With this message that we found. Oh, I'll get her. We all know she's talking about. Anyway, good lovely bye.